We had three. 3 names, 3 faces, 3 different brands of fear, each one following someone else's lead. We now knew there was a 4th. No face, no record, just a silent presence. Like someone had walked through the scene with gloves on and left no trace, just intent. I'd been looking for fingerprints, for blood, for receipts, but the truth, the ones who plan things, they don't always leave behind evidence, they leave behind behavior. And that's what I needed to find. Not another body, not another gun. I needed a signature, hidden in the ordinary. So I went back, not to chase a name, to chase a pattern.
Created by Hendrik. Sound design by Ethan. Brought to you by Bed Media. This is Blood in the Dust, the Wolverfontein Murder. Part 4. The Gatekeeper.
Murder isn't solved in the veld. No, not really. It's solved in ink. And it gets solved in what gets written and then forgotten. Smudged names, faded payslips, handwriting that trails off. The truth hides where no one bothers to look. I started again. Not with the suspects, with the records. Back in the study at Wolverfontein. Same broken safe, same dried blood on the skirting. I tried not to see it. I tried to focus, but my eyes kept being pulled back to those rust-brown streaks. Like time had tried to clean it, but only managed to dull the truth. I looked away too quickly, then forced myself to look again. You don't get to look away in this job, not if you want the truth to stay back. But this time, I wasn't looking for evidence. I was looking for mistakes. I had a splitting headache, the kind that starts behind your eyes and settles in your teeth. Too much whiskey, not enough sleep. I told myself it helped me cope. But Lena used to say, it's just a coward's way of hiding from feelings you don't want to name. Maybe she was right. Maybe that's why she left. But right then, I needed something, anything, to stay between me and what the house still smelled like. I should have seen it. It was there, somewhere between the ink stains and the dust, but I've had too much again. One too many, just enough to dull the edges, not enough to silence the thoughts. The headache punched behind my left eye like a fist. The retifs kept everything, neat, messy, both at once. Handwritten ledgers, slips, permit copies, loose papers with coffee stains and notes in the margins, wages, work schedules, requests, complaints, Maria's handwriting all over the admin, but I wasn't seeing names anymore, just letters, shapes, ghosts. Damn it! I rubbed my eyes till the light bled red. 3 attackers. That much we had. And yet, the money was gone. No one saw a 4th. No one spoke a name. It was here. I knew it. Somewhere in this pile of paper. Someone had written down the truth without knowing it. But my mind was sludge. And the walls were closing in on me, screaming at me to solve it, to find it, to put it all together. I couldn't stand it anymore. I boxed the files and threw them on the back of my bucky, drove blindly home. Turned my lounge into a storm of paper. Statements on the fridge, permits pinned to the armrest, pay slips hanging off the curtain rails like dead leaves, my couch swallowed in evidence, my walls muttering in pencil, a murder board with no board, just chaos like my head. And still none would have made any sense. Later, I'd blame the drink, but in that moment, I just blamed the paper. Too many pages, not enough time. Oh, I was close. God, I was close. But close doesn't solve a murder, not on its own. Magda wasn't discharged yet, but she was well enough to sit upright, to sip weak hospital tea and stare out the window like she wanted the world to hurry up and end. We sat in the coffee shop downstairs. 2 paper cups, no appetite, no small talk. I told her straight. The floor, safe. It was open. The money, gone. She didn't flinch, didn't blink, just pressed her thumb against the paper cup like she was trying to scald herself back into reality. Then, quietly, Werner always thought it would be safe there, under the floor. Said if you must hide something, hide it when no one thinks to look. She paused. Then looked up, pale but steady. Do you think they came back for it? I shook my head. No, not back. I think someone never left. Told her there had to be a 4th. I asked if she had any idea who it could have been. She guessed another of the labourers, but who? Who would have known? Apart from Magda, of course. Magda. Could she? I immediately dismissed the idea. Yet... we sat a while in silence. There was so much of it now, in all shapes and sizes. This one was oddly empty. Look at the time, I said. I have to get back. She nodded distantly. I had other work to do, other cases, a court appearance to prepare for. This was just one case out of many, but the one I was glued to the most, at least for now. Ended up at home. Alone, as usual. Drunk, as usual. I pulled out my phone. Lena's name. Still there, still just Lena. No surname, no emoji, just a number I hadn't dialed in almost a year. I thought maybe I'd say, "Hey, I'm still here." Or, "Yeah, you were right about the whiskey, about the badge." But every line sounded too much like a confession. And she deserved more than that. I put it away. Because the only thing worse than silence is expecting someone to break it for you. So I did what I always do. Escaped the pain. Stared at the papers strewn about my house like leaves swept around by the wind. Somewhere among them all was the answer. But it wasn't just a robbery. It was a betrayal. And in betrayal, silence has weight. Because the men who did this, they didn't get their reward. Empty safe, empty lives. And the fourth name on the list, the one who escaped with the first prize. Was this all just a ruse? That seed of doubt planted earlier deep in my stomach had sprouted. Most times, the person closest to the victim is overlooked. You never know what happens behind closed doors. Revenge for domestic abuse could be the motive. Magda, could she? Would she? I had to keep that option open. I had to trust my guts, no matter how uncomfortable. The truth is watching, from the edge of the story, waiting to surface. And surface it would. Not with a bang, but with a tinkle.
You've been listening to Blood in the Dust, The Wolverfontein Murder, an audio drama podcast in 6 parts. It was written and performed by Hendrik Baird. The sound was designed by Ethan Baird. It was recorded at Solid Gold Podcast and Audiobooks. This is a Baird Media production. For more information, visit the website baird.media.